BJ from More Game Gumbo. I've got my guest here, Dan Letzring, and we're talking some of the spicy games that we've played recently. See if I can get the next one. Bradley brought over a copy that I was really excited about at Essen. Rio Grande Games, for a person that's been in the hobby a while, Rio Grande always has those straight Euro games, right? Dour-looking person on the front, a picture of a beautiful European city in the back. They had those classic games when I was coming in. A lot of them have gone the way to other companies, but it seems like Rio Grande is making a push back again to get into that Euro space. And this is one, when you think you have friends in the Gumbo, this is the picture you send, and this is the picture that it ends up with after the LSU debacle this weekend. This is supposedly your friend sending you the picture back with the score. I don't know. It's way too soon to see that picture, but
yeah, never wear something that is a monolithic color. You're a green screen waiting to happen.
I know, but look, it's got the letters. How could he even do that? Carlos is just too talented. But supposedly Carlos is my friend. But anyway, back to Beyond the Sun from Rio Grande Games. Beyond the Sun. It's designed by a newcomer to me, Dennis K. Chan. Are you familiar with Dennis K. Chan? He was a lot of buzz at Boston Fig, which I've never been to, but Bradley was one of the people that did the you can get the video submissions and help them to decide which is going to be the hot game from Boston Fig. And so Bradley said, "Man, we have got to get a copy of this." And Rio Grande sent us a copy of Beyond the Sun. It's got, I'm not going to say it's the world's greatest art on the boards. This is the deep space board that your spaceships, which are really dice, are going to explore. And this is the tech tree board. Let's see if I can get oh shoot, I don't have a copy of the tech tree board. I thought I did. Nope. The tech tree board is also kind of blasé. All of the art is, but the art is functional. And what it really is a sci-fi tech tree game. I'm trying to think, Dan and Steve, I don't know a lot of games that have really done a tech tree well when you're talking about colonizing or you're talking about exploring in a small space. Sure, we've seen the games the last 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. Mm-hmm. I don't have the time to do that much anymore, right?
Right.
I want a game that's going to take about an hour. This one lists right at, it says 60 to 120 minutes, but our play was, 70 minutes for a 2-player game. It wasn't bad at all. Basically what you're doing is you're a corporation or, the theme's not that important. You're some kind of sci-fi explorer, and you're trying to get your dice, which represent people and ships, out into this big universe, take your board and upgrade your board, both in terms of population and in terms of ore mining, and get out there and learn the tech tree. At the same time, it's got those, during the game goals, like a Wingspan or any other type of engine builder, that if you do a certain thing like research your first level 4 tech, then you can put your marker on there and get points before the other players. So it's all about the resources. I got to stop showing that picture. It's killing me. It's all about the resources. But what I found is there's so many different ways to play this game. You could focus on deep space by exploring and colonizing those planets for big points. And some of those planets actually give you resources back or some cool things, like an ongoing a power or maybe something else to do. You can go to the tech tree and try to max out everything on the tech tree. And look, the further we got down the tech tree, some of the powers were ridiculous, which, makes sense. If you played Age of Empires, Age of Mythology, any of those tech tree games, the further you get down, you're going to become more and more powerful. So I'm not a big fan of the art. I'm not a big fan, but the graphic design was fantastic. The gameplay was super sweet. And it's got one of my favorite things. After the game, all we did was talk about what strategy Bradley used, what strategy I used. Mm-hmm. And I'm driving home, and I'm even thinking about what I would do on the next game. Is there any game that you and Steve have played that after you played it that first time, you're already trying to think of, man, what can I do better the next time? In other words, it wasn't just a churn and a burn. You really got excited by the gameplay.
Similar one that's space themed and dice as ships would be for me Quantum. When you play that, you're powering up your ships. and the ship as the die. You never roll the die, but that keeps track of the power of your ship, or the distance it can travel, or its ability to fight. And that one has a lot of decisions. I would think, oh, I could have done that better, or if I had changed that to this, I could have moved this here and taken that power. So there's a little bit of that I'm thinking there with that would be one for me.
Dan?
I'm trying to think the last time I played a lot of new to me games the past year. I think when I played like Quacks of Quedlinburg, I felt like after I left that, I was like, because you just kind of jump into it and you start doing things. Yep. And I think that was one of the ones that after I finished, I wanted to play it again. I haven't really had that feeling lately, though. It's been a while.
Scythe was like that for me. When I played Scythe and Concordia were two games that the first time I played, right afterwards, I was like, oh, wow, I know what I want to do next time. And you start kind of planning it out, Right. I love those games, Dan. Mm-hmm. So Victoria says, for someone who's played neither one of the games we've mentioned, which one would we recommend for two? Hey, I like both of them. I actually played both of those games at 2-player, and they both play fine at 2-player. So the only thing with the 2-player on this one, on the space one, Beyond the Sun, was it Bradley can help us in the chat. You had to take out some of the little tiles, and that was it. It was super simple. Spencer says, hey, I'd recommend Meeple Land. And yep, Meeple Land plays great at 2. I enjoyed it more at 4, but it plays great at 2.
And for me, I think Meeple Land just seems more my kind of theme. It just seems fun. I like the idea behind it. And for some reason, space games, I just can't get into them. I don't know why.
No.
I don't know what it is. I look at them and I'm just like,
It depends. I love sci-fi when I was a kid, so I get excited, and I really got excited by that Deep Space board. I can't even tell you why. Just sending the ships around, that was just a lot of fun. And that's Beyond the Sun from Rio Grande Games. Hey, we got.